What's up, YouTube? So I've been sick. I got some shots in my back. I got some stuff done on my elbow, and I got a couple of things done in one of my knees. I'm getting old. Army's killing me. It is what it is. But that doesn't stop me from working on my car. What have I done so far? Well, let's see. So the last thing I did was the brake lines. I made a video, but the GoPro, I can't remember what it was. It's the old one. I think it's the Hero 2. It recorded the whole yard, but then everything was just dark screen. You can hear the audio, but it was a dark screen, and yeah, it just didn't work. So I'll see what I can do, if I can fix it. If not, it is what it is. I'll do some other things. But I did a thing. So I'll put a post a photo somewhere. So you guys can see what I did to it. But I removed it. I made a bracket, whatever, where the proportioning valve was supposed to sit as such in there. And then the bracket was mounted right here, there, and in the back. What I had it before. This is where the proportioning valve was sitting before, but obviously it won't clear with the S1 header. So I decided to take that off, and I ordered the Hush Performance full line kit. It is what it is. So I'm gonna go from the master cylinder to the inside with a banjo, and then brakes to the back on a T, and then the front brakes with a T and a banjo, and goes from one side to the other without a proportioning valve. So the front will be 50-50 technically, and the back I'm gonna use the little proportioning valve adjusting nut that he sends with. So my friend Dylan has it. It's good to go. He doesn't have a brake booster, but I'm gonna keep my brake booster because I like the street drivability of it. But it is what it is. He has it with a similar master cylinder. I have the EX91 master cylinder. I can't remember 15/16s, the size of it, but whatever. I have that master cylinder, and it should work fine with it. So I'm doing that with the brakes. It is what it is. Now, the lines are off. They're completely out. It is what it is. I'm going to remove this line out as I remove the carpet to install the fuel lines. With that, here's what I got. I mocked up how I'm going to mount it. So remember in the video, I had the fuel pressure regulator mounted back here. So I removed it from there because, as you can see, the header is right next to it. So I moved it to this side of the shock, the tower right here. I made a small bracket. I can barely see it, but I made a small bracket. I can barely see it. Nope, can't see it. Whatever. So I made a small bracket, put it in there. It's nice and strong. I mocked up my lines. How I'm gonna mount it. On this one is gonna be straight to a female to female, because right here the ethanol sensor is going to be right here, to a 90-degree down that will come up to this 90-degree on the fuel rail. Obviously the feed is a straight that is going to come from here to the top hole of where the brake line is right now, but that's the hole I'm going to be using. The other one I'm going to block it, and it's going to go straight to the back. So like I said, front fuel rail to a 90 down, so I can clean it up, to the ethanol content sensor, to the fuel pressure regulator, to a 45 behind here, and it'll go back down where the stock line is. Now, in the back, from the back, everything is already mounted as it is going to stay. So let's get some lights here. All right, in the back, how am I gonna hold this thing? Let me see, without disturbing the camera, because I'm using my cell phone again, since the other camera wasn't actually doing its thing. All right, so fuel cell. Let me flip this camera. Boom. Fuel cell. Yep. With the fuel cell, as you can see, I have a radium. I think it's a 10 micron, whatever, but it is rated for E85 from a female 90. I'm gonna have a bracket that goes on that bar to hold it to a 90 that is going to go forward. Don't worry about that line. That was just me practicing with some extra things to make sure that I know how to make the E85 AN fittings. So it'll be a 90 and it will go forward that way to meet with the fuel rail, like I said, in the front. Return, and here is the one-way valve, just in case I flip, I die in a Fearly. Can't remember who said it, but somebody said it. Another YouTube channel. Just in case I flip, which I'm not planning to flip. That's why I'm doing a wheel drive. A one-way valve, so I can vent the thing out on that hole. It's not on there yet. I do have the what is this, banjo, whatever it is, that is gonna go on that hole right there to a 10 that is gonna go on this end. It's a push lock, just like this one. It's a push lock with a little in the other side. I'll have a filter in there, like one of those little filters, just to keep bugs from going in there. But whatever, it is what it is. So it's gonna have a little filter on the other end, and that's it right there. Nice, little coil style, just in case we flip, it stays in there, and the fuel actually stays in there and goes out. On the inside of this thing, obviously, I only have 4 little nuts there holding it. I have the Walbro 525, 545, whatever it is, the so-called Hellcat pump, and I also have attached on these 2 bolts right here, the OEM fuel sending unit, which is going to be on those 2. So you can see one thick set of wires and one slim set of wires. You can figure out which one it is. You've seen the rest of it. It's going to plug in right there, plug in there, and obviously add this light, man. Positive to positive, whatever. And there is the bolt. Man, I cannot speak today. That black square thingy there. Yeah. Anyways, so that's the fuel. I'm going to remove the seats. I'm going to remove the carpet. And I'm going to start sending some lines. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that because that's coming. I know I have not done much. But like I said, I've been sick. No, not sick. I've had back issues. 120 something jumps, that's what it does to you. And by jumps, I mean like jumping out of planes and landing like a sack of potatoes. But yeah, it'll get you in the long run. So, car still runs, technically. I can just plug in the lines, all the lines, and still has the tank in the back. Ooh, I should take the tank down too. You know what? Tank is coming out because I got to remove the lines anyways, the OEM lines. So, tank is coming out. Those lines are coming out, and everything is going to be prepared to run the lines. The Hush Performance brake line kits supposedly arrive tomorrow. What's tomorrow? The 17th, whatever. 16, 17, I don't know. Tomorrow, Sunday. Today's Saturday. So tomorrow, Sunday, it arrives, and now install all of that. It's all out, as you can see. Made a little bracket here to hold the brake booster line, which now comes straight over here to the one-way valve, over to the back over here. I put some Honda Bond because the silicone, the Teflon tape wasn't holding it for some random reason, I don't know. So I put some Honda Bond in there just to seal it. It's completely sealed now. It's good to go. Legit. Sensor will be right here, about right now. I'm gonna add another portion right here, another L that comes down. I'll probably just replace this one. This is a cool one. I'll probably just replace this one because the ethanol content sensor is gonna be right here. I did order a bracket that holds it straight down, or probably this way, whichever way works. So I'll probably just make an L down. Yeah, I could just make another L down, put it from there, and put that one on top, because at the end of the day, it's just a 10 mil over here holding this strong in this spot. So line. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Legit, awesome, badass. So let me get hot on this thing, and I may record a couple things and add it to the video. like taking the seats out, running some lines, and going from there. So I'm using my phone for now, so I could add more footage to this thing and go from there. And for some random reason, my camera, it's flipped, mirrored. Whatever. You can see everything. So stay tuned. I'm gonna add some more footage to this video of removing the seats out of the car, removing the fuel tank out of the car, running some lines in the car, and then tomorrow when I receive the things, I'm gonna run those lines as well so I can finish these brakes and bleed them. Because the last thing I have to do is the exhaust and make this thing fit. Then from there, it will be everything technically plug and play because the rear trailing arms are already done. They just go straight in. Or I have to cut the things in the back to put the mount. And the last thing will be the drive shaft because I have to put the mount obviously, and I have to put the rear diff so I can measure flange to flange and cut the drive shaft I have to add to press in and weld the S1 adapters for the Freelander and the 1310 joint thingies. So I'm gonna pause it right here and I'm gonna keep adding footage to the video, so enjoy the content. When in doubt, switch sides. Is that one of the ones for this line? So apparently I ordered 2 different kits. Obviously because of the tape. Yeah, they have 2 miles of tape. So you might just go in there now. There we go. Bloop. Good. Alright. These are the same. Yep. Now we expand the ends. We'll put the stainless steel nut in there. Nope, not yet. We gotta take the rest of the tape off. Now we go. Expand, expand. Good to go. Deep, deep nut, nut. Roll a mallet. All the way to the end. Now we get the dildo. We'll clean it up. And now we get the end. We'll slide it in. Whoop. Now we'll get this end. Bring it up. And start tying. A little higher. Have the actual height. There we go. Here we get this one, which is an M8. Extend it. Almost there. That should do it. Nice piece. Alright. It's in there. Nice and loose. And it's got the necessary space. Alright, so update. Like I said, I was gonna do lines and whatever. So I got this line done. As you can see, it's a 45 to the back to the hole right here. So what I ended up doing was this line, this hose for the reservoir was coming through that hole, so I swapped it. Instead of using the fuel line for the fuel, I actually used it for the reservoir. That way I can take away any kinks and make a better loop. And where the reservoir line was coming out, that's what I run the fuel line, the return, that is. So you can see, return straight to the tank. Over here, like I said earlier, the flex fuel sensor is going to be here. Then I have to make another line from here to there. That's coming. Now, to show you what I did in here. Also, if you haven't taken these things, oh my God. Oh my God. I had to cut them. I had to cut a bunch of them. Anyways, so I removed my carpet, as you can see, at least a portion of the carpet. And I run the line from back there So you can see from back there, through there, behind, I put some M5 nut certs in there, M5 nut certs, M5 nut certs, M5 nut certs, and now it's held in place safely. That way it doesn't move. Carpet will come up here and close out after, obviously, I remove this thing. Here's what it looks in the back. Plenty of hose left. So, plenty of hose left. This will go here, obviously. And once it's done, then I can just readjust it and hold it in the back as I was planning. Not the cleanest, but it's clean enough. It passes my personal inspection. All right, to the other side. Now I'm removing the brake lines in preparation of. Same thing, I cut them over there. There's the two pieces over here. So I cut them from the front, bend them back, that way I can remove them. So I'm gonna remove the back seat and take the line from where they sit in the back over here somewhere. So this is gonna be removed, and I'll be doing the same procedure as I did, as I did on that side. But in this case, I'm gonna be using the top hole of the brake lines, this one. The other one, I'm gonna plug it. I have a nice plug that fits there, and I'm gonna be using the same sleeve that came out of the brake lines. But I'm just gonna cut two of the ends, that way it can fit perfectly. The same concept, from here, all around, nut cert down here. I'm gonna remove this thing, remove this one, remove this one. Actually, no, I'm gonna keep them there. And I'm just gonna zip tie them to this one, zip tie, because this is my battery cable. So, yeah. I'm gonna zip tie to that one. I'm gonna bring it back, remove this one. This will be nut cert, and this will be a nut cert just like on that one. And that should be it. Oh hell, I could just plop. No nut certs. I'm just gonna zip tie, and I'm just gonna clip it here, and clip it here, and call it a day. Gotta vacuum this thing too. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna clean this thing. I'm gonna replace those cables. That's why they're out. The only reason why I'm replacing it is because since the get-go, since the beginning of time, when I did the swap, this face was broken. It works fine, but it's just one of those things that is in the back of my head, like, hey man, I'm broken. Hey man, I'm broken. You know what I mean? So all I gotta do is just lift that up, lift the carpet, and pull them from the hole. I gotta decide where I'm gonna send that brake line from, because the cool spot is already taken by the clutch line. So I might do it, I don't know, maybe on top here somewhere, or maybe underneath on the bottom somewhere. I don't know. I'll figure it out tomorrow when the line comes in. So that's what I'm at right now. Stand by for more updates. And the tank is getting empty. Woo! Next thing, tank goes down. Alright, so update. Brand new day. It is what it is. Let me go over this way. Turn this light on outside. Brand new day. Car still on the quick jacks. It is what it is. A lot of things happened yesterday. A lot of things. Move this box over here because I'm going to talk about this box here in a few. For starters, feet line, or is that I mark them, I like to mark it. It's loose, tight, whatever. Don't mind my spell, is quick drinking, quick driving, oh my god. Quick writing. So they're loose because they're nice, they're done here, but they're still loose because I'm still mocked up. Already threw the hole, like I said, up here. Let me get some light, flash. And the point anyway. So as you can see, I did use the same grommet that was there for the brake lines. The only difference is that I removed the little accordion fold that comes outside with the brake lines itself, and I cut it and I flipped it over. So that's the inside part, and the other part that was outside is now facing the inside. I have a grommet that looks like that one that I will put on that hole. So right now I haven't put it in there because it is what it is. That's the feet line, and it goes all the way around to the back. Now, the only line that I still gotta make is this one from here. That will go around here where my flex fuel sensor is gonna be. All right, I mentioned this at the beginning of the video. It is what it is. It's a whole new day, so I might be repeating some things. But as you can see, let me move my loosened up truck bar because I had it in there just to do some measurements. Also, it needs to be tight, but it's already done. Goes through here to the top hole. Right there, I don't have a grommet for that one. And as you can see, that channel is a lot deeper than the one on that corner, so I cannot use the older one here. Trust me, I already tried. So whatever, that's gonna be sent just like that. I'll figure something out later on since it's not tight yet. Anyway, so the rear seat is out, or at least the bottom side of the portion, and I'm gonna go under the car so I can show you another thing that I did. As you can see, some stuff is missing. Did the same thing on that side. You can probably see the line there running from the back. Same thing, the seam of the side of the car. It goes back to here. Whoa, this thing has a red light? Amazing. I didn't know that. Okay. This is extra line that I had. Well, it's just the remaining of the line. So the reason why I took that side of the plastic off is because I was measuring and making sure that the way that I'm going to mount the... Dang it. There. The way that I'm going to mount the feed, the fuel point on that side, I wanted to make sure that it was short enough but tall enough to have a nice straight, at least downstream line to the way that I'm going to do it over here. It is almost flat, but there will be some, it will be on a little nice downhill from there to here. There will be some 90 degrees there and a 90 degree here, which hopefully doesn't do anything bad to it, but it should be fine. It should be good to go because it's going to be vented anyways. Anyway, so line also needs to be tightened. Put this here. Line also needs to be tightened, as you can see. This line also, I already tightened this one up, but I gotta tighten up. I gotta loosen this one up because I tied it to make sure how much vibration the filter will have with that 90 degree female to female, which is totally fine. And then here's my feed line over here. Yes, as you know, as I mentioned like 4 videos ago, 6 AN all the way around. I don't need any bigger than that. I'm not making 1,000 horsepower. I'm probably gonna be breaking the 350 just barely on E85. So feed line all the way around to the end, as you saw, comes back around through here, through here, through here. So I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I've been slow working because you know, I've been going through some stuff, physical stuff, you know, doing some procedures in my back, procedures in my neck, and I'm about to have surgery on my right arm because my right arm, it gives up from time to time. Like literally I could just be holding something and it just goes like this. And yeah, it's my endo nerve that gets messed up. As you can see, it's very swollen right there. So hopefully with this surgery that I'm gonna have at the end of this month, March 2024, it can get fixed or at least addressed. That way my hand, when I'm doing something for 20-30 minutes, holding something or moving my hands, that's why in most of the videos you see me doing this or some random things with my hands, is because of that. So hopefully they can fix it for me, or at least attempt to fix it and make it a little better. Let me get you the car as a background. So this is what happened. So I have my grinder with a really small cutting wheel. It's broken still somewhere over there. And I was cutting the AN line in the back because it was already ran from the front of the car, from here all the way to the back of the driver's side. And as I was back there cutting slowly on the outside of the car, the line, my hand, as I was grabbing, holding the grinder, there's one of these numbers right here again. And as you can see, I have some, yeah, let me show you. It's better if I show you. Out of my hand, it fell and it hit my bumper. Hit the floor, cracked the edge, and he walked a little bit, as you can see there, right about there. Walked there, I had to jump, and you can see the line right there too. And he walked that way. So I disconnected it from the power source, which is still hanging here. And out of anger, I threw it over to my neighbor's yard. He spent the night out there. The grinder spent the night out there. I was mad. I closed shop and I just left. I came in the morning before I went to church, looked at the damage, and I was really freaking pissed. I was so mad that I noticed that I cut my fingers. Noticed that I cut my 2 fingers up here, like pretty good gouges, you know, pretty good cuts. Just imagine, it's just took a nice chunk of meat. When I went upstairs to wash up, clean up, take a shower or whatever, and just relax a little bit. All right, now that I got the phone secure, let's open this thing up. These are the Hush Performance brake line kit that I ordered for the car. Because as you saw in the initial video, the initial part of the video, this is gonna be a long one, by the way. I removed the whole thing. All brake lines are out. With the exception of the rear ones are still hanging on the other side of the door, which I still have to remove from the side. That's why the side of the passenger interior hasn't been removed, because I haven't taken it out yet. So, packing, right over there. Instructions of how this is going to be mounted. All of this is on his videos on YouTube, so it tells you exactly how to do everything. So 48, 48, 27, 51. It tells you the number. I guess they're numbered or something, labeled. But yeah, these are for all of these. Nothing in the back. But keep this one over here, because this is the how everything goes. Master cylinder to the back, separates in the back with a T-fitting from the master cylinder. There's one, right here. So the way that it works is from the master cylinder, one goes to the back from here to a small hole, which I'm probably gonna do either here or maybe above this one. So from here, it's gonna go down to a banjo bolt to the back, tee off, and goes to the back. And then out of this one right here, the second hole, the one closest to the, I believe that's what the instruction says. I may be wrong. I haven't read it completely. But maybe closer to the booster is the one that divides into two with a banjo bolt. Goes one that way, one this way. That way the proportional valve is, the OEM proportional valve that is, it's removed completely out of the game, and one hand or one knob proportional valve gets used. All right, so all of this stuff out. More packing. YouTube channel. I'm already following Horse Performance, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. More things. Nice discount code. I didn't have one for that. And it's a Willwood proportional valve and a handy dandy sticker. And this is the Willwood part number from Willwood, because that's what he sends. Here is everything. All right, take this box out. First of all, banjo bolt, because we will need it. Let's see. This one is the one that goes to the back, but it's pre-assembled. Maybe it's loose, but it's pre-assembled. That way you know exactly what goes where. That's pretty nice. Legit. So to the back and divides in two. All right. Yeah, they're loose. They're just pre-assembled. So I don't know if you can see it from here on the side, but to the back, one wheel to the center of the car, somewhere in the center console, with the Willwood proportional valve, to the feeding that goes through the firewall to the master cylinder right here. And this is where this banjo bolt goes in play. All right, that's that one. Then we have this one, which is the front. So you can see one is longer than the other. Feeding right here, but kind of like a banjo dual feeding. One goes straight out to the outside, right here, with a 3AN feeding and a banjo bolt to the thing that goes here. And the other one goes on the side, underneath of the car or whatever, to the other side of the door. The other side of the wheel. I got one more clip to do underneath of this side, and I'm gonna take this panel out so I can remove it, because they go from here, they run under this this little metal bracket, and they go outside of the car. So I still gotta take out these tires, these rims and tires, disconnect them from the side and remove them. So that's another day thing. I'm gonna conclude this video now because it's way past the 20-minute mark, and I don't want to bore you guys with just lugging or blogging, not necessarily doing much or showing you how to do much. My channel is not a how-to channel. My channel is more of a, hey, look what I can do type deal. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow all of my social media. I'll put all of my stuff in the bottom right there so you can see and follow. If I tag somebody here or mention somebody here, I'll make sure that I add you to these things so you can be followed as well by whoever watches this video. And whoever watches this video, love you forever, my men and my ladies and my whoever is watching it. Without further ado, I'm going to close it up over here. I'm gonna go get this thing cleaned up. I'm gonna go cry a little more because my baby is hurt in the back. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I'll probably put a sticker in it because I'm not repainting the whole bumper. Screw all of that. So I'm just gonna put a sticker in it and as a reminder of how painful it was to do this fuel brake swap and stuff like that. So let me finish it up over here. Next thing on the shoe will be those brakes, like I said, those brake lines, and start mucking up, since I'm already there, the rear mount for the differential and mucking everything up. Might as well. I mean, the car's not going to be driven anyways because I'm going to have some surgery and I'm not going to finish on time. So screw it. I'm just going to do things one at a time and go from there. By the time May comes back and, you know, it's nice and racy season and it's nice and warm and hot in the Honda yard, this car will be all-wheel drive. I can guarantee you that. So let's cut it up over here. Go back to your garage, go back to your thing, finish your projects, and don't procrastinate like I have been doing. But then again, I do have some issues that I've been taking care of. So if that's you and you have some issues and you need to take care of it, make sure you take care of yourself before you do anything else. Because if you don't take care of yourself, then you won't be able to do anything. So let's cut it up over here and